Joining me now, special treat for us, senior legal advisor to the president, Jenna Ellis, joins me. Jenna, I went to community college. I don't understand half of these fancy legal terms they're using in all the impeachment stuff today. So I'm going to ask you some very basic things, and I don't want you to laugh me off the television set. I look at these things and I don't see anything.
No, sounds good.
I don't see anything that's evidence. I don't see anything that's concrete, but I don't want to speak out of turn and just be a Republican hack and be like the Democrats have nothing. Honestly, tell me, is there something here that I'm missing during these impeachment hearings?
Not at all. And I think that Representative Matt Gaetz put it perfectly when he asked, is there anyone on this panel, raise your hand if you have any information or any of a material fact, any personal knowledge of a material fact in Adam Schiff's report. And it was just dead. And he said, let the record reflect, not one person is raising their hand. Why do you have to have 4 constitutional law attorneys to come and try to back end show that there is some kind of impeachable offense when everyone knows that the Democrats have not proven their case? This is a complete Schiff show. And this is an impeachment circus that is unconstitutional, and there is no basis in law or fact. We don't need a lot of highfalutin, pious, constitutional law attorneys that come in and try to redefine and manipulate all of these terms just for the Democrats' purpose.
Jenna, break down for me why the Democrats would continue to push this instead of dropping it. And I understand this is more of a political question than a legal one, but I don't understand. Look, just someone on the outside looking in, why not let all this go? This looks extremely ineffective. Many of these witnesses, like that Professor Carlin today, come across as so unlikable and actually hurt their cause. Why not just let this go and walk away and focus on the 2020 election? It doesn't look like they're going to get anything.
Yeah, I would love for Nancy Pelosi to answer that question, because she is clearly going against her word to the American people that she would only pursue this in the House if it was bipartisan. Clearly, this is just one party that is pursuing this, and the Democrats. And, this actually goes to the economic principle of sunken costs, which I'll be the professor a little bit here to say that that's when someone has invested so much and they've lost so much, but they keep thinking, if I just invest a little bit more, then I'll get a return because I don't want to lose everything I've invested so far. And that's what the Democrats are doing here. They have invested so much in this hashtag resistance since 2016 and since even before that. I mean, they have been trying to take down then candidate Trump, then President-elect Trump, and then President Trump over the last 3.5 years. And they are just continuing to sink their investment. And now they are not willing to pull back and say, you know what, we don't have anything here. What Nancy Pelosi did not count on was that President Trump would release the transcript the day after she announced this impeachment inquiry and this absolute circus. And the fact that he did that, well, that may not set a good precedent for future presidents. I mean, and he was reluctant to do that, and he said that very clearly. What choice did he have? And that was very, very smart to release that so that the American people could see for ourselves. There's absolutely nothing to this. President sets foreign policy, and that was absolutely in legal and constitutional terms a perfect phone call. So I would love for Nancy Pelosi to answer that question. Why are the Democrats pursuing this when this is setting such a bad precedent for our country? And I'll tell you one other thing quickly, Jesse. When you see how much the Democrats absolutely do not care about anyone's due process, they don't care about the rights of Rudy Giuliani, they don't care about the rights of President Trump, they don't care about the rights of Devin Nunes here. I mean, all of these, the phone calls that they're seeing from Verizon. I mean, this is just absolutely ridiculous. When they don't care about the rights of the American people, that means this is so high profile, that means they're not going to care about your rights or my rights. And on that basis alone, no American who is a lover of freedom and liberty and the protections that our Constitution is actually required to protect in this country should ever vote Democrat again.
I love that, by the way. I love that sunken cost analogy. I'm 100% going to steal that for myself and act like I came up with it. When it comes to Rudy, what rights of his are they actually violating? Because I've seen some what looks like alarming things out of that today.
Yeah, absolutely. And, not only confidentiality, his rights of an American citizen to make sure that he doesn't have anything that's personal that comes out absent a subpoena or a court order, that his personal rights aren't violated. But then you actually have President Trump as a citizen who has every right to hire personal counsel. I mean, used to have attorney-client privilege sacrosanct in this country to make sure that individual citizens could confer with counsel. I mean, I've been a prosecutor, I've been a defense attorney, I've been a personal attorney in various capacities, and for that privilege to simply just be pierced without a court order and just at the whim of Congress, that is not congressional oversight. That is not constitutional. That is not legal. And that should scare every American that the Democrats are simply abusing their power. And I think that Jonathan Turley, the only committed originalist that was testifying today, I think he put it very well that the Democrats here are abusing their power. They're the ones, if they want to say this is high crimes and misdemeanors, they're actually guilty of the very thing that they're accusing President Trump of.
What's President Trump's state of mind like? And I asked it for this reason. It's stressful enough to be president of the United States of America, not that I'm ever going to find out, but to have people coming after you, trying to impeach you, trying to overturn an election for 3 years, and now you have this sham impeachment inquiry, I would be absolutely pulling my hair out and losing my mind. I don't know how he's not losing his mind, or is he?
Well, President Trump is so resilient, and I really think that out of anyone who could be president under these types of conditions with such opposition, such personal hostility, not only from the opposition party, but also from the mainstream media that relentlessly attacks him and relentlessly attacks his family, he is showing such amazing resilience because he actually cares about the American people, and he is getting so much done in spite of this. And so, I mean, I just respect how much he has not just gone on the defensive in the sense of not being willing to just cave to the whim of this oppressive majority party in the House. And he is certainly making sure that he is standing firm, but he is actually going out there every day and winning on behalf of the American people. I mean, he has done so much when we talk about putting originalists on the court, when we're talking about the greatest economy, the lowest unemployment rate. I mean, so many things in terms of actual policy that we could be talking about. And then yet, you have this impeachment scam that's all that the mainstream media is talking about, that is absolutely unprecedented, it's unconstitutional, and we're talking about the greatest conservative president, I think, in modern American history being impeached and joining the ranks of Clinton and Nixon over absolutely nothing, over actually good governing, doing what the American people asked him to do. This is absolutely absurd. And so I am very proud of the president for how much he has spoken into the media, how much he's saying this is unfair, but at the same time, how much poise and just good nature and good humor he's showing by going to his rallies, being so proud to be an American and actually fighting on behalf of you and me, because the Democrats certainly won't.
Senior legal advisor to the president, Jenna Ellis, thank you so much for dropping some knowledge on us today.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me, Jesse.